Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets, and we're going to log in for in TradeGATEHub for a second. First of all, it's a shortened week, being this Thanksgiving week, November 21st, a little after 11 Eastern, and I do a lot of majority of my home. Well, I do not the majority. I probably do the fairest same amount of homework if you do. It's really not, I look forward to it. I have a whole routine, if you will, kind of like, I have a routine. With that being said, as I wrote down my notes from last evening that I wanted to, some of these notes might even be obsolete as we, the market's 2.5 hours into trading, a lot's going on. And like, again, I will go to the quotes in a second. This is what I wanted to say. So I'm going to say it. All right. Friday is a half day. All right. This being Monday morning. Okay. Now, the market, and believe me, I've traded through 25, 26 Thanksgivings. The majority of them sober too, because the eggnog usually comes out Friday, the half day, but it's not going to come out this time because I'll be here doing the video at 9 o'clock. All right, it can get boring, but a lot of times in dull markets, these type of interesting names pop up. And I'll give you a name this morning. It was one of the few names that had all the heaviest option flow, even the public Jesus feed option flow, if you see. So keep that in mind. You know what I mean? It's almost like people are here. It's no longer a people away or in the Hamptons or they're in, Belize or wherever the hell they go. Believe me, people are aware. If they're able to see it, they're able to, to do it. You know what I mean? So I don't believe in that holiday respite situation. If there's something if the more important the situation, the bigger that the players will go in and see. So usually there is some small squeeze action because you never short a dull market. Not today so far. I did buy some things in a dip. Some things I sold, some worked, some didn't. I'm not going to be a hero. The majority of things I like to buy is on thin volume, pardon me. Because if they're down a low volume, that's better. I don't want to be, first of all, it's not really a concentrating market to begin with. So, what do I think? Oh, really not really? Okay. On the macro view, and I'm going to get into TradeGATEHub in a second. There's really not that much short squeeze speculation out there. And I'll go to our Monday routine, which is we consider the most important. The most of the stocks have made their moves. And once again, you'll see that the hedge funds have even covered their shorts, taken off their shorts, or else are somewhat neutral. So the market basically across the board is really neutral in terms of plays, in my opinion. So it's really more this week than anything. It's stock picking because the markets are neutral. I believe in this quote in danger zone. It's stock picking, and there are plenty of stocks up today, plenty of stocks down today, and it displayed relative strength. So don't complicate things because this might be more of as the market is more neutral. I think that more things will make even more sense because sentiment isn't a stretch to extremes. And when things are stretched to extremes, stocks do extreme things, basically put people on solvent to a degree. All right. So basically everything's neutral. All right. Focus on name. Don't really have to focus on the markets. You need players to get long, several names. This is where, and I'll get to the charts, is where stocks have made their moves. It's yet to be determined if the lows they're in. I believe they are. I'll make that point getting back to, I'll start that. When I show the charts, I'll make that point even more. Where else? What else are we? All right. So basically, I will sign into TradeGATEHub and edify all my points. At least that was what I wrote down in text. Ooh, some stocks are bad. So let's sign into TradeGATEHub. I sign in just the same as everybody else. And believe me, signing into TradeGATEHub every morning is analogous to signing for going down for Christmas. It is because I have nice buying power and a good following behind me. We'll wait to buy Baba. Good. Okay, Lewis, good job. So we're going to get back to some things here. Most importantly, the Monday routine, because we don't start, hitting, shooting 3-pointers, with 2 seconds left, to play in the game. Besides doing our layups, drills of layups. Whatever it may be. I have my routine and have yours. My routine certainly isn't the only routine. I just maybe do it better than other people because believe me, I'm not shy when it comes to game time. All right, so getting back this morning, Gerard, thank you for posting. I want you to always keep in mind this particular week, it's all about stock picking and indices. I don't think until is a lot of the Fed speak has calmed down. The Fed speak is going to be fewer and far between as we go into the end of the year. It'll heat up at the beginning of the year. So it really just focus on stock picking. This week, don't try to be a hero. Please don't. Because you won't be. Trust me. All right, Gerard. Bravo. Thank you. Very posting. Coach, a couple of good trades. All right. Gerard posted the earnings this week. We still, Zoom is tonight. Oh, you know what? I'm buying this thing. I'll get down to Zoom. The Zoom's in a conundrum for me, and I'm going to tell you the trade on that one. That's the FUTU. I'm going to finish the routine. Also, stop jumping. Gerard, bravo. CPC, always important. Richard Hamilton Jr., post whoever he is. He made a good post because this week's we have FOMC before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is historically usually a short week. Could be volatile before the holiday. Stock picking, believe me, volume will be low and very easy to manipulate. So, could see some wild action. That's true. Okay, coach, a couple of good trades. Gerard again. Gerard, China shut down. Our macro view. SPYs, there's our level. All Helene's charts. We had actually on Helene last week. And for anybody who's not familiar and who's just tuning in, I follow 61 people, and that was before Helene. And she's one of the 61, whatever it is. And she's one of them. And trust me, my situation is a go-to list. And she's even right above Mike Santoli and Kramer. Bravo, coach, for even getting her on. Much less about a thrilling, for lack of a better term, interview. With it's like, it's economic porn to me. It's hard to be dramatic. It is. I'll tell you why the Zoom now I'm going to get off. This is going to be my, this is like the Zoom comes out with earnings tonight. I have it. This is like me opening a new business and venturing out and opening like a franchise. That's how much it could make a difference. So I have to really plot. I have to do my due diligence here. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It'll probably be a game time decision. All right. Macro view, comp, and the SPY, XLV, XLE, XPI, nothing yet. SOX right there. You know what I mean? This is neutral. This might not be neutral, but this is certainly a nice move off. This could be a dip to buy. Who knows? XPI to a degree is neutral. The XLE, of course, it's a little bit overpriced today. It's down 6%. So you know what? This is probably right here, neutral. XLV, yet to be determined. The dollar, that's the most important one. GLD, neutral. I consider it neutral. Could go back to the trend line, or could hold this gap and go right back up. Most important one, in my opinion, coach probably has a great opinion, better opinion. If you're bullish, this is the 2-year. That's all it is right there. I'll get back in a second. I digress. Merck had an acquisition today. Good for the bios. Macro charts, the guy doesn't post a lot, but when he does, you got to listen. It's a high level opinion. Doesn't mean he's right. It means it should be reading this particular Twitter feed. And like I said, do your own diligence. Do your due diligence. Should be in your holster, if you will. Note Jerome Powell starting to speak the 30th at 1:30. Note commodity prices over year for cocktail Thanksgiving conversation. If you with your parents, your relatives want to change the subject, I certainly will. When somebody says you believe the Cowboys have a losing record, yes, I'm going to say, yeah, but lumber's down 44%. I'll change the subject. All right, IBB. There's the chart on the IBB. Everybody knows I'm in it. It's do or die. I don't want to say it's neutral, but it could be neutral in fact it's either going to break it up and make a nice move up, or probably consolidate or go down. So I consider that neutral. Is it neutral? 50-50 could go up or down. I don't know. Economic schedule, it's all it is. And right here, I just saw it today. Smucker's had good earnings. Tuesday, Monday after the market closed. Agile. No, this is not the complete list. We're going to fire this guy. But listen to this. Okay, Zoom. All right. Confine your studies to prominent stocks of the day. This is what Tim Fury would say. Like, if you can't make $1 million for somebody else with the majority of tools they give you, you're probably not going to be able to do it on your own. It's a prominent statement. So confine your studies of movements to prominent stocks of the day. If you can't make money on the leading active issues, don't go to the other ones. Very good point. And just a reminder. Okay. My favorite trader of all time is Jim Simmons of Renaissance Tech. Do your own, look at it. He's considered the best trader of all time. So Zoom just came out with hedge fund. He is, by the way. Look, well, whatever. Google it. Is the second largest buyer of all institutions in the third quarter. He now holds 8 million Zoom, top 10 for Zoom. Zoom has earnings. Does it have earnings? Let's make sure that Zoom has earnings. Halliburton, good sale. Monster Beverage, this is on everybody's list now. Get to the chart, look at it. Zoom, Merck bullish, Meta what? Puts. Roblox is new low. Look at the roll. We sold it. Didn't have an ego. But let's go to earnings. You know what makes you good sometimes makes you bad sometimes. I don't hold these grand slams or maybe clear the bases a couple of times, but you know what I mean? I stay in there. What are we looking at? Oh, earnings tonight. So let's look at Zoom. I think Zoom comes before the market opened this morning. Open outcry, a good guy. I use him for a lot of info. Monday after the closed, Agilent, API, Dell, Zoom after the close today. All right. And before the open, ADI, a best of breed semi right now. So it's all the retailers in the morning. American Eagle Outfitters, A&F, Best Buy, Baidu, Burlington, just pre-announced the other day. Dick's Sporting Goods stores have moved. Dollar Tree. Oh, this is good. You know what? This is an interesting evening. A lot of the retailers and good ones, Bed Bath and Beyond, Best Buy will move. So anyway, Zoom has it after the close. So what am I going to do with Zoom? All right, my favorite trader of all time is buying a Jim Simmons. But you know what? I've been in the game long enough not to trace any trader and try to read between. Maybe he's hedging. Who knows? So Zoom. I'm going to lighten up on it no matter what, because I got a responsibility to the new traders here, not to take stocks into earnings that are acting poorly. All right, what new traders should be doing, look, is at the IBD top 50. And that's where a lot of that's the S&P, if you will. That's the new S&P. That's not the Dow. These are what people look at. My mentor, when I first walked in the room, Mickey, he walked in the first, he was reading IBD. He read it, and this was one that long ago. He was actually reading it. And a man's very, very wealthy man has done a consistent level for a long time. So I digress. During a 4-day period, hedge fund covered their short positions at the fastest rate since 2021. All right. So that's what we were looking for to propel the market higher. Actually did it a couple of times the last couple of quarters. All right. Now, after everybody's short and even, it's neutral. So if you're stuck in positions like a coin or something that hasn't rallied to this point, you're basically waiting on a buying. I'm using this word's too much, but lately it's fitting that you're going to be waiting for either earnings or something happen here, and that could exacerbate a move down. So, these low floaters, if you didn't get it, most of the shorts are out. So like a stock like Carvana, if you didn't get out of it and you missed that pop as the market goes up now, which it always goes up when I'm on. Nevada's ripping. Here's my Zoom. Here's my price in Zoom. I got to get the shots. Ooh, Zoom back up now. I'm positive in this freaking thing. But Halliburton went lower. Slav went lower. Coin. All right, I digress again. Get all these screens in front of me. Routine, most important. Goldman Sachs' bear market will last into 2023. It's an opinion. There's the article. Also, I think Goldman Sachs' view of why the bear market might not. Bear market's not over. Tactical sentiment, hedge fund exposure. Just like I said up there, hedge funds have covered their shorts for the fastest rate since 2021. Here's the chart. So they're almost up to neutral. So they're not short anymore. God forbid they flip long and say everything's all clear and everything has abated and they go long. That's really going to be a move. But the shorts, I think you hopefully learned this, that the biggest the biggest rallies of the bear market squeezes. That's happened. So I'm not looking for 20 or 30% in these. Maybe in this Thanksgiving week there'll be some shenanigans on low volume they could take up. But if I'm looking for a squeeze in a PDD or a squeeze in AMAT, those things are over. And I'm certainly with the majority of shorts being covered, I'm not trying to play these low floaters, which the majority of my trouble as we speak anymore. That's my 2023 resolution. I've actually stuck to it too before. So sector sentiment, please go over. CFTC weekly report, please go over. We post it every Monday. Joe, but we know you're watching. So IBB, that's another opinion about the IBB. Large cap biopharmas offer defense. This is, I'll show you the chart. No, let me finish the charts. S&P, another opinion. Twitter, Disney is the story of the day. Upgrades, downgrades. Short Thanksgiving week, our economic calendar. Bitcoin chart from our 2 week ago or 3 week ago guest, Jake. Still, thank you again. Coach taking money off the table before the open. Bravo. Today's focused. VIX gaps a higher low, but the VIX right now, I believe, is actually making a low if I speak. There's listen, I always post my screen. Lots of chatter about this MMAT hours ago. Nice winner. FUTU. Goldman cuts aura prices, and let me get into the phrase. So you know what? I'm buying some Zoom. I'll show you my chart. On the first chart, I'm going to show you Zoom. All right, so lots of chart about AMAT again. Posted it all this morning. Netflix SI was positive. Now it's down. Might go up again. I don't know here. It's thin trading to Monday afternoon on a holiday. Moss chart. Fig Newton was going all day long. I posted Fig NWTN. Lewis, if you could own Lewis, first of all, knows himself as a trader. Just a tiny bit more discipline. Tiny bit more discipline, Lewis. And be quicker to pull the triggers on stocks that make sense going green, that are green, that make sense. You know what I mean? Buy whatever percentage of FUTU or Nevada or Microsoft that's been positive all morning. Try it. It'll get you in the game and see that that's the easier money. You'll do it. I have to do it too. FUTU, AMAT calls extremely active. So I posted MMAT all morning. And you know what? A couple of things. If I'm posting MMAT all morning, that shows you a couple of things. There's not really that much to do, but there is something to do. MMAT all along the open, 195 from 220. Looks like it's basing here a little bit, but it had calls going this morning. I posted it. The active trader could have taken some nice money with 40 million shares traded so far. Lucid, where are we? Lucid, I haven't looked. Lucid, I haven't looked. Lucid, I said buy my pain. My pain, I said buy it. That was around 1028, but I'm in it where? Lucid, my average price is what? 1092. Bitch. All right, Foot Locker. What happened to that, Lewis? I posted this. I'm getting into charts now. I got to get them. Lewis said buy Crocs. No, I said, why was Crocs down? Lewis and still no divergence, could go lower. But I said buy my pain, that was the low. What about Foot Locker, Lewis? That was interesting, right? Here's the chart on Foot Locker because it had earnings on Friday. I shouldn't be jumping back and forth to charts, but here's Foot Locker. Had to move from 38, 34. Foot Locker. You know what I brought up Foot Locker because Lewis brought up Halliburton was buying oil, and I said, why don't you try Halliburton at the 50-day, which is important. Then I saw something else, and they said, why not Foot Locker at the same thing? Well, actually, it's a 200-day, but that could base there. It's got a lot of overhead supply, but as a trade, it might be there at the 200-day. I don't know. They're better trades, but I was thinking about moving averages and stock that had ranges, so that one came to mind. I posted it. ARA, what is that one doing? Only one positive, down 8, Halliburton the 1. Any questions before I get into more charts? Boeing, Lewis said to short it. I get it. Bob, what was I going to post here? Colleen's chart in the XLE. Want to try small DICs before earnings? You know, I can't talk him out of it. Can't talk him out of it. At least it's a good idea, but I don't know. It's a good idea. So this is what I think about the DICs with the rest of the ones in the area doing. ASO, this American Sports Academy, at new highs right there. Good stocks. BGFE. Short thick sport. Well, no, the retailers are acting well. Macy's still didn't give it all up. Let's go to even bigger boxes, if you want to call it that, even though they do a lot of retail. Let's look at the Gaps gave it back, but it's still holding. Let's look at J-Win. I don't know if that's sporting goods stores, but you know what? This is what I think. Again, if I really don't know who's in the group, I go to something like the bar chart per se, and I'll punch up Dick's Sporting Goods Stores, symbol DKS, enter, and then I'll go profile I don't need, but I'll go to competitors, and I'll look at who's in the retail and diversified. But get one of the more specific, I go to shopping goods stores and see who's there. Dick's is going to be one. So it's ASO, I brought it up. Dick's, BGFE, I brought that up too. So I'm in the right group. But if you want to spread it out, go to another one, that big flyer. What was that flyer? I forget. So it's Dick's ASO. ASO, I'll probably, you could trade upon that. BQ, Alta. Now you're getting some big ones. Nothing really good here. Woof. So Dick's, I you know what? Lewis, leave some money to buy more. You know what I mean? It's going to be some. Be prepared to buy more, but it very easily could pop. It's like a decent idea. You know what I mean? I'm not going to completely condone the gambling 1,000%. I get it. I might even do it. You have to be determined, though. I'll let you know. It's my job to let you know. All right. So go through the action again, please. And one thing, Tesla heading to 100. Please go through this. And what's the first thing I'm going to do besides go over the Zoom call is going to probably watch that was posted already an hour ago, Bravo team, to see what Coach had said on this Monday morning that was done at 9:30 a.m. This approaching 11:25 a.m. So I'm definitely going to see what Coach had to say. Then I'm going to go over my the Zoom play. I'm going to show you what I'm doing on some charts right now. What charts I'm going to look at. I'll show you my screen. Nevada, this AEHR. A fund holding. I'll show you my screen right now. Here's my screen. Microsoft was green all morning. Nevada was green all morning. FUTU had earnings. CF, our Moss held. Walmart was positive. AHR still going up. Slob there. Thanks, Coach. Thank you, Coach. All right, a couple of ones are hanging in there. Etsy and Chewy are positive. Disney still had good news in there. Home Depot flagging still. TJX, best of breed discount retailer. QSR restaurant. DLO still going higher for the active breed. Zoom, baby. Here's my Zoom. So here's my screen. I'll show you my trades this morning because I may want to sell some things here. So what did I do? Let's look at Zoom. I first bought this bastard today. All the blue ones are my trades. I bought it on the open. I said I did 80.99. Went right up to 81.99. Didn't want to take the $2. Broke the double bottom. I brought it on the low. Now am I up in it? My average price on Zoom is what? I'm down $92. So zoom in. Where's my Lucid? Oh God, I almost all these blue marks. All right, I said buy my pain. Now I have 28,000 shares. My price is 11.21, and that's embarrassing. But I'm going to make money on it. Zoom, what again? Zoom, I'm long 2,400 from 81.22. I was up in it before here. So I'm up in the position. What am I going to do before earnings? Here's the chart. I'm going to have to take some off. You know, like I said, I don't want to, you know, I got it. I'm going to take off some Zoom. I'm going to do it. I don't want to. Gilead, still holding well. GALD, best of breed, traps all the shorts, not coming in, still going. Disney, from worst to first. Home Depot, as I said, flagging again. Let's look at our lows. Same thing. Let's look at our DuPont. Good cover, by the way. Thank you, Coach. DuPont cover at the low. Trade only. DuPont. What else do we do? Foot Locker right there. TG Maxx still acting well. QSR restaurant still acting well. I want to buy Bloomin', BLMN, but it's a little bit too thin for me at this holiday hanging there. Domino's Pizza, I said that was going higher before. DPZ, expensive. The rest need a 200-day. This DLO, the most active stock with huge volume, good range. FUTU had earnings still going, had the dip and the rip and then the dip. They tried to get you out, and the FUTU earnings opened up 48 to 54 to 52 on good range, good volume. The stock's still holding. Once it breaks out of the range, you got to keep an eye on it, no matter what does. Walmart, same thing. Higher than it is when it pre-announced that there were inflation problems. Not pretty good for Dix, Lewis. And this ASO, man, hanging in there. That's the one to buy. I don't know why Crocs made that moves. Where's my Lucid? Please, Lucid. I'm rooting for Lucid. That's bad. Where's my Zoom now? The market just took a dippity do. What do I have in here? Noggin, Lucid, BWV. This BWV I have low floater, right? I have a lot of it. Don't get me wrong. So I knew, and they clear. This is the news on BWV. It's important. I'm serious. I thought it was one of these low floaters that I actually could go back to $2. So I looked at the news on BWV, Blue Water Vaccine, which we all know was at one point was $100 a year ago. What was the news? Blue Water Vaccine announces an exclusive global agreement for chlamydia vaccine. So it was news to take it up, but now I got a root for people to get chlamydia for the stock to go up now. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry, guy. You know what I mean? So do I feel bad that look at this. Stock was $80 going back to the chart. I need what, 2 and change in it? But now I got a root for my fellow men to get chlamydia, more chlamydia, this thing to pop. But it will pop. But now I got to babysit this thing and hope people get chlamydia. That's a shame. But I thought it could be the day that it popped. All right, let's go to what the big daddies are doing as of now. Most important in the thin week. TSM bearish, Exxon puts, Tesla bearish, Fox bearish, Q's bearish, unusual volume, Burlington, earnings after the close, retailer there, man. Burlington, no interest. Sweep, Tesla puts, is still drilling this bastard. Where is it? 172. Everybody tells me it's going 150. Oxy bullish. All right, somebody's trying to be a hero. Not much. Let's go to the bigger picture. BBY, bearish flow into tomorrow's earnings. Six times the puts. I'll have to look into that. MMAT still, you know what? Yeah, what are you going to do? MIST, second time this little thing came across today. I actually wrote it down. No interest, although I can trade it. It's a $4 stock. STLA, DraftKings. That's it, guys. Update. Mostly bearish activity. There is some slip flow in a few. And only MMAT, I said Tesla and Apple seeing puts, net and pins, throwing Etsy. All right. So listen, stock picking. I really don't want to keep so fast. I don't want to say that, you know what I mean? I'm trying to, it's like I'm telling you not to drink and drive and all those other things, just to, it's a mid-afternoon, Apple vulnerable back to the lows. Bull market is STDs. There is. You want to know why? Because everybody stays in, they have no money. It's why Netflix is up. You know what I mean? And the liquor's up. It was Philip Morris. People are freaking smoking probably more than ever. STZ, they are. Where's STZ? Constellation Beverages. That's it. It is. It's liquor and STDs. It's a shame. And you know what? When you have trouble, you go and buy cheap wet towels and things at Walmart. Because you know what? They're not buying beauty products at Estee Lauder. And they're not freaking paying by PayPal. And they're not nobody's got money to bet, and that's why DraftKings is breaking a new low. So, and you know what? What was this? Grind, GRND. Isn't that the dating app? Like, is that the gay dating app? GRND. I don't know. Who would know about that? Not me. But that's okay. I think that's okay. It's like Seinfeld, but there's nothing wrong with that. All right, a couple of charts to leave it off, because if I go overboard, everybody can hang up. Here it was SE. Let me go to my screen here. My active screen. SE. JD gave it up. SC was up 12. I did sell. I left a little money on the table. Futures, I'll post our levels. I'll post my levels in the SPYs. The VIX still doing nothing. USO giving it up. Newmont coming back. ZIM, we sold it. Lithium, Riven, Lucid, hanging down 86 cents. Very rare. Coin, breaking the low of the day with a huge bid, by the way. Watch it, 41.30. I used to read the tape so beautifully with this type of move. All I used to look at was the size of the tape, and the coin hit that bid with volume. See that when it hit the bid with volume, breaking a new low? You know what I mean? That's all. That's it. Volume coming in, breaking a new low. I will look. Actually, I would start the pre-run. I would short her. I would short that. Well, I would be short already at 41.60, anticipating to take out a new low at 41.30. Then the stops hit with the volume at a new break low. Now it's going to go into the 40s. I mean, that's not that difficult. Where's my Zoom? I was down $22. Now I'm down 1,400. Zoom. I could have sold at 81.20. Where are the rest of these bastards? All right, I'll get off here now. I'm turning it a slow week into an active week when I don't have to. Apple vulnerable back to the lows. And what's Coach talking about right here? Certainly not alone. Apple. Ugh. Selling it. You know what I don't want? I'm selling it. Right in the fund. Fact. Anybody here know there's a sound? I'm Apple. Boom. Apple sold. All right, so lots of tweets. 11:35. I started late. I'm going to do this one. You share what everybody should be looking at right now. Stock scanner. New highs. New highs as the market's breaking down. Monster beverage. No, it's donut. They're buying donuts. Gap, Campbell Soup, Coca-Cola. Duh. I get it. Consumer discretionaries. Breaking low as the market's breaking low in the morning. Mobley, upgraded negative. That tells you something. Gold breaking lower. Osh, no interest. Mara, all right. Bitcoin related. Match.com. Mara, Rite Aid. So a plethora of things. Newmont Mining breaking low. Look at that. Look at Newmont. That's interesting. Are we going to get some new money at Lewis? Lewis Newmont? Right here, curling up 50-day, 200-day. Coach wanted to buy it where, Coach? You wanted to buy it lower. I think you wanted to buy it like 42 or something, didn't you? Coach wanted to buy Newmont. Still looks good. It might be on the radar. Zoom. All right, everybody. I'll leave it that. I'll leave it off at the TradeView market site because it looks cool. We have 19 windows open. Oh, there's the first one open. All right. So share. All right. So everyone have a plan. Trade well. It's a slower week. You know what I mean? Trade light. Go lighter volume. I get it. You know what I mean? Just be more. You have to be more tactical, if anything. This isn't just like let me put some things on and hope tomorrow. You know, it's never hope, but just be. You know what I mean? You didn't get this far to get this far and give it away, or be. How else can I put it? I used to try to embarrass people by being a professional. I used to tell them, be a professional, be a pro. Don't do things like that. You know, if you wanted somebody else to manage, would you want to give somebody else would you give yourself your own money? And that's the way I look at it. The answer, that's how you have to look yourself in the mirror and know your own style and form your own plan. So until then, trade